Kind of a hazy day. I mean, if you want to look at that, it's a little hazy. My Kind Master's not working. It could be, it could be this phone too. Seems every time I do an update on this damn Samsung phone, I get trouble. And a bunch of my pictures in the gallery are grayed out now. Or if you go, the ones that I've looked at before that were just fine, now you look at them and they got these brown and tan streaks going through them. So I'm thinking this phone just, you do so many updates and they take a crap. I think they deliberately have you do that just to screw these things up. And I'm sorry, but I'm just not a Samsung fan right now. That's for sure. But I wanted to talk a little bit about uh, houses here in the Philippines. There's still a lot of guys that want to come here and they want to do houses. And one of the things that happened to me, hey Maximus, one of the things that happened was a fella down in Southern Leyte, he was an Australian fella. Hey Todd, how you doing, buddy? He came and he brought a modular, not a two-sided trailer house. He bought a modular and he set it up, and they would live there for a few months, and then his wife wasn't going to Australia. He would go back for a few months. He was like semi-retired. Then he would come back, and they were going back and forth. Hey James, thank you Scott. And that place rotted in 2 years. I went down there and I couldn't believe the rot that happened on that place. And everything was just falling apart on it. Doors were all messed up, windows were rotted. Hey Harry. So, well, one nice thing happened. I'll talk about the houses here a little bit more, but one nice thing happened, guys, was the little woman decided she's gonna okay it to take Maddie. So I'm happy about that. He's the one. I've had people say, "Oh, he's your favorite." I said, no, it's not that. It's just I'm his favorite. And I mean, he does things that the others just don't. Like he'll rub my hand or he'll rub my back for a long time too. And I don't even have to ask him. He just does it. The other ones, if I ask him, maybe I'll get one, maybe I won't. They'll grumble, complain, and he just doesn't do that. He'll come up and offer it. So he's just a special guy, and he's be the most affected. He needs his papa, that's for sure. So he's going to get to go. So we got it set up for that. And but I was going on about these houses here, how they build them on a block. This house wouldn't have been so bad if I'd have been able to come here. I wanted to move here. Shakes! Get over here. Boomer, get over here. Boomer! We gotta close the gates, Dorothy, as soon as they get in. All right, dogs escaped. But, you have to go with that kind of building. And one thing I would recommend if you're building, have them put your electric and stuff in the wall. I would recommend just poured concrete. I wouldn't do it with the block. And if you use block, make sure you're getting good block. Or you go to my buddy Ronald's. It's got the chaseways right in them. They pull it up. They'll pull up on a computer the house you want. You tell them the size and everything. You tell them where you want the plugs. They got like a virtual reality thing. It's part of the service when you buy the block. And then they have the receptacles built right in the holes for the block. They got the place to put the chaseways in and everything. Your PVC for your wire and your water and whatever else you need. So do that, or pour the concrete. There's a way you can tack your boxes and then tape them up real good. Have your conduit going into them, and then you're good. Don't use metal though. I always thought metal would be good here. No, it doesn't. It corrodes so fast, it makes your head spin. But the other thing on the house is, like here, they build the first floor, then they pour the floor for the second. Then they went up, and then they just tacked the roof on. What they did was they used this galvanized 2x4. It's like a C channel. And they weld that to the rebar. Guys, it ain't gonna hold. It's just never gonna hold. Galvanic action is gonna go ahead and corrode that. They don't even cover it with paint. They don't do anything. So come a big storm, the overhangs they use on these houses, you're gonna have trouble down the road. And I've seen a lot of the older houses where their roofs blow off. Wood is a no-no, but I would just have them do a solid floor again. If you're going up to the second floor, or if you're going to build a one-story, just have them put a solid concrete roof up, and then you're good to go. Make sure there's plenty of rebar to make it strong, and just make sure you're watching. But if you pour concrete, you can tack your boxes, your switches, everything right to the wall with your conduit going to it and everything. And then you can just pour it. There's a British fellow that does that here up in Manila. And he'll fix you up real good. But you can't go with the materials like you can in the West. You do have to go. I would recommend also these windows we have in here, right here, garbage. These are the crappiest windows I've ever seen. We get any kind of rain that comes sideways, we got a leak. It doesn't matter which direction, if the rain comes from the front windows leak. If it comes from the back windows leak. You gotta, if you're building a place, you have to watch. But I still say you should be very careful, very, very careful of how you spend your money. I'd say it's ready to, you're better. Hey, Brent. I would say it would be better to, rent. I'm serious. Rent. You buy. Not yours. Not yours, guys. You're not allowed to own land here, so be careful. Held for review. Let's see. Why do they keep holding these for review? I'm getting sick of that. Well, I don't know who you are there. Was it Tim or Gillies or whatever? Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm gonna stand here. Apparently, you haven't been watching too much of what's going on. So, but just got to keep stroking. But here with the houses, though, be careful. Be careful with them. I don't know why it's so hard to find the double pane windows. You need a better window. The reason why these ones are crappy too and they leak. There's like they make the window hole with the concrete and all that. I don't like how they do this where is it? Right here. Okay, let's see. This section right here. Oh, my finger's too big. Right there. Because there's like a concrete overhang and there's nothing supporting it. Nothing really supporting it good except a little one piece of rebar that's bent up into the second floor concrete or that roof piece. It's not good. So those holes aren't perfect. None of them are. So then when you put these windows, like the upstairs bedroom window, there's a gap this big on top, and you know what they did? They stuffed it full of stuff and caulked the hell out of it. And I was up putting curtain hangers up, and I looked at that, and I just peeled it back, and it's this huge gap because they can't get the windows to fit because the hole's all messed up. I don't blame the window guys for that. I blame the block guys. And the way they do this concrete. It's settled. What happened was when they were doing that corner, it settled. Now, I wanted them to bring that wall all the way out, not have this side panel window, and then just have a regular front window. They wouldn't do it. No, it's not their design. And they did all these corner windows, and the corner windows are horrible. These things are terrible here. Put two, run block up the center and put one on either side if you got to have it open. But it's their design, and they didn't want to change that. So, you got to get a builder that's going to work with you, or hire your own guys. Hey, Mongo. But it's a mess with what they do here. It's just a terrible, terrible mess. But won't be long. Been doing some running around. And really glad. Here's another one held for a review. I wish they wouldn't do that. Who keeps holding these things for a review? Then I can't read them. Anything's better for me. Things get shitty. Yep. I don't know why they would hold that for review. These stinking show. Let's show that. Okay. Yeah, guys, handle that for me. I can't see this because when they hold it for a review, it's in a white letter. I'm out here in the bright light, and I gotta get my eyes right up here to see it. So I appreciate any help. Let those be seen. I don't care what anyone says on there. I wish I could take that off so any message could come up, and then it could just be deleted. Let everybody get a quick look and delete it. But that dang DJI, I never was a guy who learned how to use that thing. I think it's kind of big, but if anybody wants it, I got it. That's for sale. I don't want to haul it back to the States. It'll be here if somebody wants it. I could even ship it to you. I don't know. I don't have any desire to use it. I can't put it on a selfie stick. Right now, I got the phone is on the selfie stick so that it's eye level. Now with that camera, I got to hold my hand up here like this because it's just the phone is just right up above it, and it's heavy. The battery, it's real heavy. It lasts a long time. The battery lasts forever in those dang things, but I didn't figure out how to turn the face tracking on yesterday until after I was done. I forgot to go into the little app and enable. I had to enable that, and then everything would have been working. I turned the Bluetooth on because that's what it runs on, but I goofed up. So that's all there is to it. I don't use it enough to know. What do we got here? Hey! This one's out. My little boy had it's like a pink eye. It's what we called it in the States, but they call it something different. And then he cleared up, but her eyes were getting red. So yesterday, they had off school yesterday, so took him to the doctor, and she's got to go on the same medicine. But she was funny this morning. Maddie's done with it and had a little bit left, and she wouldn't use it because it was his. She got to have her own. Girls. So, but you got to watch that. I think she might have got it. They might have got it from the dog because when that Boomer came back, he was pretty sickly, and that was not good. That was not good at all. But we hope to settle quickly after we go. We're starting to get things collected up. I got lots of clothes, but there's stuff I want to take, and then I'll just wear the stuff that's going to stay here. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens down the road. And who knows? You never know what can happen. Hey, you're not promised another breath. So, like I say, you never know what's going to happen. I just watched one of my buddies that was in the electrical trade. One of the guys, a young guy, was working, and he was working on high voltage line, and they have these big sticks, where you put your protectors on and all this kind of stuff. And for some reason there was a bird there, and he was trying to shoo it away, so he got up a little bit higher, and there was tracking, I guess, on the insulator on the first ones, and he's trying to shoo it away, and he hit it, and it nailed him, killed him. And it wasn't, the electric just zapped him real quick, but it knocked him out, and he fell. That's way high up in the air, and he fell and busted his neck. Just happened. He got killed. So that was a royal shame. It just goes to show you, you're not promised another breath, guys. So Jakey, I can't keep her from getting out. she hops right over the wall like it's nothing. Boomer, though, he's too big now. Before, he was climbing through the fence even with the screen. Well, now he's too big to get through there. And he's weakened up a lot from his ordeal. We figured out what happened to him. There was a a drain. It's a big storm drain. And then down a couple feet from the storm drain is about a 1.5 foot pipe, so that it drains down into the river down there. Well, these guys all got toilets at the wall, and they just pop a hole through the wall with a hammer, and they run their pipe out so the poo just goes right down in the river, and they just flush with like a bucket. And they all got them over there, so they're using them. Well, he got down through that hole, and when he got to the end, he couldn't turn around because he was crawling through it, so he jumped out. And I think he wound up down by the river crawling through the poo and all this garbage that's down there. If you've seen the river down there, it's just amazing. Everybody, out of sight, out of mind, so everybody throws their garbage there. Even these fellas working, they just throw it over the wall, and they got garbage cans. It's just the way they do it here. But we went ahead, and I have an inspection mirror in my cabinet here, And Maddie and I went down. I said, it'll be easier to look at it at night. And he goes, well, you won't be able to see it at night. No, you take your inspection mirror, you stick it down the hole on an angle, and then you shine your flashlight on it. And it'll light the whole inside. And it was, we looked in there before, and it was completely like growed up. Well, all the stuff is pushed out of the way now. The weeds that were coming out are moved. So that's the way he had to go. And he finally made it back. But he got sick. You know, he had big boogers in his eyes. He skinnied up. He was as heavy as shaky there before he left. And he came back, and I couldn't believe how much weight he lost just over a few days. But the sickness got him, and that's a real bummer. Hey, why don't you show your Rubik's Cube, sweetie? Can you show it? This is really cool, guys. This is my kind of Rubik's Cube. Come on, show it. See that? Now, if you can see that, show them how the little piece comes off. Okay. She's going to show you. See? It's a Lego Rubik's Cube, so she can peel it off. If you can't solve it, can't fix it, you could just peel them off and stick them. That's my kind of Rubik's Cube. But this was just, guys, I'm having to do it this way now because I can't get anything loaded from the cameras to the phone. It's all, you know, like a digital mess up. I went through the settings in the camera. I pulled the book out. Nothing's changed. I tried changing memory cards. And before it could have been, I'm blaming the Kind Master. I got a couple buddies said they use it, not having any problems. So I'm just thinking now it's got to be the phone, because when I turned the phone on yesterday and was looking at all my gallery, half the pictures are just grayed out. And then it says file not supported. Well, why all of a sudden is it not supported when them pictures have been in there for months? You know, it's another one of these stinking updates. I don't recommend you updating anything. When it comes to these phones, I wished I'd have never even looked at those damn updates. But then they bombard you. They bombard your phone where every time you go to switch from one thing to another, time to update, they take up your whole screen and you got to try to get rid of it. And it's so annoying that I finally just hit the update. And now that I got this June 1 update, this phone's fried. It's just absolute crap. Somebody said you just need to take all of these. Well, if I take the gallery out, I'm going to lose most of the pictures. I got a lot of them to the card, you know, to my memory card, but not all of them. So I got to find a way to see if I can get those over there, like in one big swoop, and then I will. Then I'll take all this stuff out. The gallery, actually, it's built in. It won't let me get rid of it. It only says on there that you can disable, stop, and then disable. So, but a bunch of stuff in here is messed up. It's just ridiculous. These updates they give, those updates are not to help you. It's to help them so you finally smash this stinking phone on the ground and then go buy another one. But you know something? If somebody gives me a Samsung, I'll have one, but I will never spend my own money on another Samsung phone. They can take their Samsung and stuff it where Sam got it stuffed that made him sing, because I sure as hell don't want another one. You know, the only Samsung I had that was the best phone I ever had was that first Samsung, got it at Albertsons. And then when I cracked the screen, started getting the black creeping death, I took it to a guy to fix. He ordered the screen. It was the wrong size, so he took it apart. He's looking inside, and it was a Chinese knockoff. And that was the only Samsung I ever had that worked. So score 1 for the Chinese, score nothing for the Koreans. So I don't get it. Wes has got the same phone I got, but I believe mine's made in Korea, his is made in Taiwan. And he did the update, and he's not having a bit of problems. His is working really good. He even said that. And now this one's even getting worse. It seems like day by day, it's like a fuse was lit, and it's just destroying a bunch of these applications I have. I'm even having trouble retrieving email now. I have an old email account that I don't go back and forth on, but I had saved in this little memory emails I wanted to keep, and I was going back to look at one. I was trying to pull it up, and fried. I lost my ability to do screenshots. I cannot do any screenshots on it anymore. The only way I can save is if I go onto Facebook. I hit the three little dots that are vertical, and then I can hit save to gallery. It allows me to save to gallery. Well, guess what? I went and looked at some of them. Half of them were just grayed out. File not supported. I didn't change anything in here. So I think what I'm going to do is take it up to the Samsung store up here at the mall next time we go, and I'm going to say, guys, something happened to this thing. Tell me what's going on. Is it a virus did the update put a virus in this phone, or did they deliberately screw it up so I can't use it? So it's just a real pain. And I didn't have this trouble with the other one. I can't remember the phone I had before this one. I think it was a Miami. I didn't like it because it was a plastic frame. I never broke it, but it had like a plastic frame. It was a real cheap phone. I mean, I think it was under $50, but it worked. It worked really good. And then when I saw that Samsung at Abbotson's, I said, oh, I'm going to get that one. That's a premier brand, and okay, and it was. I got it, and I said, boy, what a great phone. And ever since then, now I had the one that was called a Note 9 from Wes. That thing worked great, but that one took a fall. It seems like my phones take the fall, and broke. I don't like how delicate they got the phones anymore. They just got so stupid delicate anymore, and I think that's by design. They don't want them to hold up. They want you to keep buying and buying and buying. And I'll be honest with you, I think I get to the States, once I get a laptop, I don't even think I'm going to get a phone. I can put my Magic Jack on the laptop, and if I need to call somebody, I can call from there. And I got it set up now. The Magic Jack, when I was in the States, I could call the States, Canada, or Mexico, and they could call me. They could call me from their phone number. And now it's different because I bought the Magic Jack in this country. I can call a Filipino number. Okay? You don't have to have the Magic Jack. I can be in the U.S. and call a Filipino number here and get through. It's not really necessary because everybody we know is on Messenger. Everybody. And we're going to be setting up the laptop for Dorothy and Moo so they can have a messenger and stuff. So that'll be really cool. But guys, I don't want to hold you up too long. I appreciate, man, I can't believe 45 of you guys here. I can't believe it's always nice chit-chatting with you. And, let's see who this is. American Itchy Foots, okay. Yeah, I get you. No, I didn't sell the car yet. And it's a bargain. Right now, it's a major bargain. Yes, Scott, I will be vlogging in the States. Yeah, conjunctivitis. That's what it is. I usually don't hold too many opinions on dead people. All this stuff, rent with this queue and all this. I stopped buying any of that crap a long time ago. They keep putting this crap out. I don't buy it. It's too crappy. Sore eyes, who have red eye. Hey, Frosty. All right, hi, buddy. I'm doing pretty good, Mike. Let's see. Randy K. Yeah, it's not good. Boomer's doing better. Dean Johnson is showing returning with your camera. Rickshaw low. Select personal life. I'll still do it. Let's see, what was that again? Dean Johnson. I'm still going to vlog when I get there. Oh yeah, well, I would say what they did in my bathroom sink. They didn't have the right pieces, so they had the little cone that comes out the bottom of the drain, cheap plastic drain, And the one that went up the one coming out the bottom looks like about an inch and a half, inch and 3/4. Well, all they had was like a 3 inch. So they wrapped it with a t-shirt, somebody's orange t-shirt. And they wrapped it until that fit tight. Then they slathered it with glue and stuck it up there. And when the drain was backed up, and it wouldn't drain, once it got to the floor and filled the pipe up, it was dripping out. That's how we found it. And this is the craftsmanship you get here, you know. Yeah, I know, they don't put them in right. And I've seen bunches of them where they don't go up and buy the cone, you know, with the what do they call it, the beeswax. They don't do that. And you know, that would be the thing to do. That's going to seal it for you. They don't do that. They just goober it up with stuff. It's almost like liquid nails. They get it out of a can and they just slather that on the bottom of the toilet, and they slather it over the floor, and they set it in place and bolt it down. That's how they do it here. So I don't know about storage. I got a boatload of storage on I got a 1 terabyte card in here. I got all kinds of storage. Okay, Moto Kenny. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, Moto. Hey, Jim W. There you go. Yeah, I got an auto case on mine. That's what it's in right now. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. This was just a regular vlog, and it's already getting into a half an hour. And I want you all to take care, pray for each other, and pray for these beautiful little children here. They're going to need all the help they can get. And my beautiful little Dorothy, right, sweetheart? Yeah. And you all take care. And this is Rickshaw out.